In today's video, we are going to be going and breaking down LeBron James and why he is such an amazing basketball player. What are some of the things that he does on the court at his older age that still makes him one of the best players in the league? Let's get down. Let's check him out really quickly. If you want to be able to shoot the basketball better, make sure to go check out my shooting workout that is down in the description below. And of course, if you like the app where I'm able to draw on top of this video, it's called CoachLens and it's down in the description below as well. Okay, so coming off of this dribble handoff, what we have is LeBron James in the corner coming up to the wing, and we have Anthony Davis meeting him for a dribble handoff on that wing. After this dribble handoff, what LeBron James does is he notices that his man goes over top of that screen, over top of that dribble handoff. He is now faced with 3 defenders. He's got 2 different options. He can pass out to the opposite side wing for a 3, or he can do a bounce pass down to Anthony Davis. And at this point, he has to do the calculations in his head as to which will be a better pass and who has a higher shooting percentage for where they're at. In my opinion, he made the right decision here. Anthony Davis is really good in the screen and roll, and he was already rolling towards the basket. And yes, Davis was able to score that shot. One of the easiest spots on the court is to hang out on the opposite side wing as to where the ball is. If they do a simple screen and roll as we see right up top, and Anthony Davis is then cutting to the corner or towards the basket, what we can then see is LeBron James's man will be coming out to help, especially if this man goes and attacks the paint. And that's exactly what we see right here. And watch, LeBron James has his hands up. This is something that I yell at my U14 players that I'm a coach on with a lot. They never have their hands up. They are never ready to catch the pass. And LeBron James right here is able to catch that pass because he had his hands up. He already had his footwork set so that he can step into his shot, and then he was able to go up for that 3-point shot, and he was able to make it. He also had that nice follow through all the way until that ball went in the basket. Now LeBron is going to be playing a little bit of bully ball. At this time, he's got his head up, and he's looking and scanning the court to see who is in the lane. There is nobody in the lane at this point, so he needs to be able to attack it. And what does he do? Well, he's not going to attack down the middle and run through a player. That would be dumb. He gets his shoulders low, lower than his own defender's shoulders, and then he's able to attack the basket. He's able to create contact at that point, and then he's able to take his 2 big steps, and he was able to get that angle to the basket. What I mean by the angle is right there. That little small shove by that elbow right there creates the distance needed to be able to get up the shot that he takes right here. We can see that space that he created right there, and because of that, he was able to make that shot. LeBron is also a very willing passer. This is what allows him to get open for a lot of shots. Here, he is posting his man up, and watch how he's able to post his guy up. He's using his off arm to create a lane to be able to attack that basket. At this point, he takes a couple more dribbles, he creates more contact, but now he's faced with 2 defenders, and all 5 other total defenders have their eyes on him. He's able to see that at this point. Now, he's double teamed in the post. Nobody wants him to score in the low post. It's a very high percentage shot for LeBron. So what does he do? He kicks that ball out towards the opposite side wing. Because all of the defenders are collapsed in the key to be able to guard him, he's able to find players on his team out on that perimeter, and they're able to bang those shots for him. This is what they were missing a few years ago, was 3-point shooters, and they now have them. So they should be a little bit better of a team this year. And of course, what is the most famous saying in basketball? Hand down, man down. If your hands aren't up to defend a shooter, that gives that shooter a lot of confidence. Because guess what? If your hands are down, they know that okay, they're going to rise up into their shot. If your hands are still down, it's a guaranteed shot. It's a guaranteed non-block. Even here, he does that shot fake at first, and then he goes up. Anyone notice that quick little shot fake right there? That guy's hands were still down. He was closing out with his hands down. That is dumb. That is the worst thing that you can do on a shooter. And yes, LeBron can now shoot 3s. He's not like what he used to be like, and he's still, even when younger, wasn't that bad of a shooter. He was able to go for that shot because, of course, that guy's hands were down. By the time that guy raises his hands up to contest the shot's already out of LeBron's hands, which means that that shot's going in, and LeBron knew that he wasn't going to get blocked, which means that it wasn't contested. Now, right here is why I say that LeBron is not one of the most skilled basketball players of all time, or ever. Because, guess what? When he attacks right here, all of the defenders are on the right side. they could all come and try and help and disrupt this shot. There is nobody on his left side. However, what hand does he dribble with all the way to the basket? He dribbles right-handed all the way to the basket, angling his body down when he doesn't need to. LeBron could be easily dribbling with his left hand, getting to the basket even faster because he could be running straight forward instead of angled, and then he could have easily been able to dunk it even without any contact at all. So that could have been an even easier basket if he just dribbled with his left hand. And of course, LeBron is always a king when it comes to the screen and roll, but why is that? Well, when he gets that ball, he receives it nice and high, and he doesn't dribble. Notice what he did there. He did not dribble. There's so many players who say or think they need to take a dribble to get to the rim. He doesn't, and neither do you. Watch what he was able to do. When he sets this screen, he rolls off, he receives that ball in the air, right there. You're allowed 2 steps after this point. He takes left, right. Notice how he went left, right. The left foot pushes him into the player. The right foot pushes him up. This allows him to go off of 2 feet because he's got multiple defenders that he needs to make contact with so that he is able to score. If he doesn't go off 2 feet, this would have probably been a miss and he wouldn't have had the power to go through that player. And yes, he got the and one. This is a nice close-up angle of exactly what I just said. Left foot, right foot, not a travel, keeping that ball up high. If you keep that ball down here, it's going to get stripped no matter what level you're playing at. And he was able to go up with his right hand. I would have preferred left. But either way, he was able to make that shot and one. Watch him do this screen right here. He's looking over his shoulder. This will allow him to see these 3 defenders. Instead of rolling to the basket here, he decides to take a step out. His man has left him, this man is following his guy, and this guy is just sitting in the middle of the key to protect the drive or the roll from LeBron. By LeBron dropping back to the 3, this creates so much space between all of these defenders where now if this pass gets reversed back out to LeBron, which it does, he's going to have a wide open 3, which he does. Now at least this guy closed out with his arm up, but either way, that was too far away for LeBron to miss. Now watch what happens in this clip. His teammate attacks the baseline. When he attacks the baseline, watch what all of the other defenders are doing. They're all paying attention at that point to that man driving baseline. Nobody was on LeBron, nobody called his number, and LeBron cut down the middle of the key. This was a perfectly placed pass so that he was able to get to that rim, and yes, while he did have multiple defenders around him, he was still able or could have been able to finish if he went up stronger into those bodies. He still kicked that ball out because now there's mismatches all over the floor and nobody was guarding him. So that now he was able to go in for that layup and one. I hope that this video has helped you become a better basketball player. If it has, hit that like button, subscribe. Make sure to go check out my shooting workout that is down in the description below. And I'll see you guys again in my next video. If you liked this app, make sure to go check it out down in the description too. It's called CoachLens.